I didn't know where the bullet was coming from. And he would just randomly just pop, 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 pop.
He was on a long spiral of going down.
The FBI calling him troubled long before he opened fire on complete strangers in West Texas. New information tonight about the man who was fired from his job hours before he killed 7 people and injured nearly 24 others. We now know Seth Ader called a national tip line minutes before he opened fire. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Molestina in for Doug Dunbar.
And I'm Gilma Avalos. The FBI tonight says Ader called its tip line 15 minutes before he fired the first shot Saturday. He rambled about, quote, atrocities before hanging up, according to authorities. Also today, we learned about one more injury in the attack, bringing the total number of wounded to 23.
Our team of reporters working this story stretches from Odessa to Dallas. Let's go ahead and get started with Brooke Katz. She's in Odessa for us. And Brooke, the FBI today said the conditions of his home reflected his mental state.
Yeah, that's right, Ken. The FBI calling his home, describing it as a mess. It's a small structure made of metal, really resembling a shed. They say it's cases like this where they need the public to speak up and say something because it really could prevent a tragedy.
When he showed up to work, he was already enraged.
Investigators painting a disturbing picture of the man they say is responsible for the mass shooting in West Texas. The FBI describing phone calls the suspect made to their tip line not just once, but several times.
Really just incoherent ramblings in which, frankly, the dispatchers, the call takers, couldn't even figure out what he was talking about.
We know the suspect had a criminal history. He failed a background check in Texas while trying to buy a gun. And this is where the suspect lived, a small structure made of metal.
I think anyone who was there, who drives by, sees that that is not the residence of somebody who's completely in control. It's a mess. I don't think any of us probably live in a house like that.
FBI Special Agent Christopher Combs says it's these behaviors we all need to be on the lookout for. It's the second mass shooting in Texas in 28 days, and Combs says these situations seem to be unfolding every couple of weeks. The FBI recently studied 62 active shooter situations that have happened since 2001. They found in most of these cases, people who knew the shooter saw issues but didn't reach out to authorities. Combs says it's not just important, but potentially life-saving to get help when you see a change in someone's behavior.
But if you have a neighbor or a friend who's never gone hunting, who's never talked about firearms, and all of a sudden they're acquiring firearms and they're going to the range 3 times a week, that's a change in behavior.
Another warning sign officials said you really ought to watch out for: someone with an increased desire to see violence. Maybe it's movies, maybe it's video games, but they say in any event, you really should speak up when you see something happening like this. Now tonight, from the suspect, we want to turn to the victims here. Let's get over to our Jason Allen. He is at the Medical Center Hospital where several people are still recovering even tonight. Jason, what have you learned?
Well, also, Brooke, here in the last hour, the city of Odessa has released the name of victims that includes the 7th and final victim who was shot and killed. They've said that was Raul Garcia, 35-year-old from El Paso. At the start of the day today, there were still 10 people here at the hospital recovering, just 1 in critical conditions. And we learned in some cases, people have just been coming into the hospital, trying to bring something to families who have lost so much.
As the investigations across more than a dozen crime scenes started to wrap up Monday, more names and faces of those killed across Midland and Odessa started to emerge. 57-year-old Rodolfo Arco, known as Rudy, was shot while he was driving home from work. The same thing happened to Army veteran Cameron Brown, a Brownsville native who was working for an oil field services company.
Speaking and talking about this is going to be critically important when you think about the post-traumatic stress syndrome effect this is going to have both on the immediate family and the victims, as well as the community, but also our first responders.
Chris Russos, who's been using his company's behavioral health resources to help in El Paso and now Odessa, told us victims, witnesses, and the community face a long recovery. He highlighted bright spots, though, like the one he witnessed at the Medical Center Hospital.
We can't let this be the downfall of Odessa. It's time we rise as a community to get strong and be Odessa strong.
2 boys who had heard about the death of Layla Hernandez realized they went to school with her and her brother. So they stood outside Walmart and at the mall with handmade signs and just asked for money, later delivering it to the family in an envelope. $300 for a family in need from a community that just needed to find a way to help.
Those two boys were energized so much by that. They told me today that they were back out at the Walmart. They were collecting more donations, and they were planning to bring it back to the hospital tonight once they felt they had enough and just give it to the next family in here that they could find. We're live in Odessa tonight. Jason Allen, CBS 11 News.